the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Portland Snowhawks and the Brooklyn Beats. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who like to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Come on, QB, come on. Watch the shit. Watch the shit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. We'll look now at our starting defense. This unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Bach, and that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch QB jump. Watch QB jump.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
I got one. Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. 94. From the gun on 3rd down. Hartley. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Check 53, Mike. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. Be tripping.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 17 carries, 56 yards.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter. that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hartley. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Big completion there on 3rd and short keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal, and you know me, I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. From the gun, Hartley, and they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And his kick here is good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the 1st. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to throw. Bach, he sets up the screen to Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The 13 yards that time at a 1st.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Bach. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Bach. Caught by Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Snowhawks, nothing.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, Bach. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lambert. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So here's the home side to take over on offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
You see me?
And hear the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. Hartley. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Ready? 8, read. 53, Mike. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And they'll run it here. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
right, ready? 60 Pittsburgh. We own them. Get it. Come.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Off the play fake. Hartley. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bach. That's complete to Turner. 23 yards the pickup there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lambert. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And he puts it through. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Looking to throw. Hartley. Throw left side complete. It's Burns. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Hartley, and nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again. Hartley throwing the out route incomplete. That's Burns. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down. Hartley. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got this down to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before break. Hartley, he'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete.
Here we go. Here we go.
So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start out in the Bay Area, an AFC West matchup between old rivals, Denver and Oakland. And it's the Broncos who have the lead in the second quarter. The Broncos looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we head east to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. 24-7, the final. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. In that game, all tied with the visiting Patriots. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
To throw on 2nd down, Hartley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Hartley. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench, but this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work, while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Now this throw caught left side. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Set. 10-2 stop. Screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, Bach getting this into the hands of Turner. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Jones, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Go! 18 Gator. Here we are.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Let's go. 8, read. Come on, come on. Let's go.
Off-play action. Bach. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down. It's where is it happening? Where are the breakdowns up front? He'll never say it publicly because good leaders don't do that. But they've got to figure out what's happening in the offensive line to keep people away from him so he actually has a chance to throw the football, because so far that has not been the case.
5 full sacks against him. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, Hartley. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Young. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On 1st down, Hartley throwing the out route incomplete. It's Briggs. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Back to throw. Hartley. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. Hartley. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. From the gun on 3rd down. Bach. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that can't get away, and he's taken down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw. Hartley. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Hartley. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. And
he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Bach. Throw left side complete. That's Gomez. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. From the gun, Bach. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Bach got his man complete over the middle. That's Lambert. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And now right out of the 2-minute break, will get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch signaled for and taken, and that punt went nowhere. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard, 1:52 to play. A field goal would be a game winner as they come up on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. He'll look to throw.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And this one is right through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now the story changes. Trailing by 2 after the made field goal. 1:09 to play. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now they got to get to the line quickly. He's back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Back to throw. Able to find Turner. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Back to throw. Bach.
Hey, you got your 1st down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
And incomplete. A drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bach. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. Offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting.